On behalf of all of us, my name is Beasley saying so long and enjoy your evening. Right now, Brendan Parker and Cory Sarich are standing by with the Ram post-game show, brought to you by your Alberta Ram dealers. Enjoy your night.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row? That had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
And we're on the air. Flames post-game live brought to you by your Alberta Ram dealers as we break down a Calgary Flames victory, closing out this 3-game homestand. 2-1 the final, the first shootout a game of the season. Cory Sarich back in the big chair with Brendan Parker as we break it down. And welcome back, first of all. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
Heck of a game. With entertainment value, there's lots of chances, but kind of an interesting one when you look at a 2-1 hockey game. What did you think?
Yeah, it had a lot of different ebbs and flows out there. Yeah. More ebbs than flow. It was such a weird game. I couldn't put my finger on it tonight, but you know, Flames with some really great opportunities to score, but just you never really felt like they were going to cash in on any of them. It was just like
right from the start. Hey?
Puck was like either too far ahead in the stance on the chances, or there was just something. Puck was bouncing, but they definitely dominated the play. They dominated the in-zone time, and they deserved that 2 points.
Well said, because I think over the last little stretch here, we've seen games where, you maybe feel like you probably deserved Al Point, even Winnipeg included, to come away with nothing. So you're happy about the 2 points tonight. Let's take a look at the highlights tonight. Let's go through what we did see in terms of the game action. And I guess we're all the way back to it took the second period to finally got a goal. And the first was, as you said, chances. But, things were kind of not finding the back of the net, but this is the one that did. What'd you see here from Milan's goal?
Well, there was a little bit of a defensive breakdown out there. Penguin defender gets put on the outside, and it was a little awkward there with Trevor Lewis coming through the middle. I'm not sure if he was maybe going to get called for interference. I don't know if he tripped, what happened, but it was some pretty. It turned out to be a pretty good little bout of interference, and Milan makes him pay. And I think Jarry will be having nightmares with number 17 putting pucks through his legs.
Just coming down, barreling down on his strong side, and scores his 6th of the season. That's beautiful. This is the power play goal, the only power play goal, the only power play of the game, and it's a guy by the name of Sidney Crosby, and he finds Jake Gensel in the high slot here. We were wondering if it hit a skate there at first, and maybe it did.
It was nice for Gensel picking that out of midair. That nice pass was, I don't know if it was intended to be that high off the ice, but great hand-eye coordination, and it might have caught a little bit of Tanev skate there on the way to the back of the net.
For sure, and we'll pour through some of the chances throughout the course of the game here in a moment, but here's what happened that decides it. Michael Backlund scores in the shootout. This is in the 7th round as Jacob Markstrom turns aside his 6th shot of the shootout. Only allowed 1 goal, that one to finish it off, and that is the game-ending goal and save sequence. So Jacob Markstrom makes the stop, and the Calgary Flames pull aside the 2-1 win. And maybe just before we go any further, let's talk about some of the chances. And you go all the way back to the first period. You noted it right off the top. And if we can kind of go through, what some of the top line had and some of the looks, there were some really great A opportunities to really break this thing open in that first period.
Yeah, there was a 4-on-1 turned 3-on-1 where there's a great opportunity for the Flames. I'm sure we're going to see them all here and have a look at them. This was actually a great diving play by Chris Letang. I don't know if Jarry gets a piece of this, but Letang collects that puck, and that puck was going to end up in the back of the net. Pittsburgh here, though, they were reeling. How do you let 2 Flames be the first 2 back to the front of your net on this opportunity? They had huge holes in their defense, not just the defensemen for the Pittsburgh Penguins, but team defense, giving up 3- and 4-on-1s. Letang had a couple of pucks that bounced away from him that the Flames took advantage of. But just overall, giving guys like Goudreau a step here. I think he gets another opportunity later where they leave him and he fires one off the post. Just a really sloppy start for the Penguins, and they're lucky that Jarry was as sharp as he was.
It's well said, and I know he ends up being first star in this hockey game. He was really the difference, that the reason this game even stayed, was tied, scoreless, and then just a 1-goal game throughout the first 40 minutes of this hockey game, and then into the third period. But you can see this save sequence goes on and on. And there was a number of guys looking skyward by the end of this this hockey game because Jari was up to the test tonight.
Yeah, and it's interesting, this game, like the Chicago game I covered when the Flames came back off the road, only one penalty in the whole game. It's almost unheard of these days in the NHL, and it just, that game had a weird flow to it. This game had kind of a weird flow tonight, but again, good perseverance by the Calgary Flames to kind of stick with it and take it the distance and get that extra point in the shootout.
Well, and it's funny because I think it was Backlund that said in the first intermission, you know, when you get two teams who are kind of trying to play the same style, special teams could be one of the difference makers in a hockey game, and really didn't play a factor until, you know, that late penalty, and then they end up scoring on it. So hard to read a game like that.
I was super excited to see the number 1 versus number 2 penalty kill in the league. Most people get excited for power plays. I was excited for the penalty kill, and so much for that. I guess I'll have to watch a couple of the next couple games.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to watch Pittsburgh and the rest of the road trip, and Calgary on the road too. Either way, let's. I mean, we hear some initial thoughts from us here on this hockey game. Let's hear what the head coach had to say. Daryl Sutter is at the podium. Let's listen in on his thoughts following a 2-1 victory here in a shootout over Pittsburgh.
Talk about a huge goal for Milan Lucic to come through at a time like that.
Yeah, it gets, you know what, gets you the lead again. Two close checking teams play similar styles. Whoever gets the lead's probably going to persevere in the end.
Coach, do you feel like maybe there's deserved a little bit of better fate offensively, certainly early on in that first period?
Not really. Or if we'd had a better fate, yeah, we had a lot of. Would we have a 3-on-1, a 4-on-1? You know what? Two good goalies too.
Do you guys work much on the shootout?
Yeah, we've worked on it quite a bit as a group. I think that Jason LaBarbe gives guys good info on goalies and kind of go from there and see who fits best against them.
You changed up some of the 3-man units in overtime based on the last few. Obviously, did you like what you saw from them better tonight?
Yeah, you know what? Just trying to do something different. It's one part of our game that obviously we don't have that guy that can go end to end or go through guys, that sort of thing. So just trying to get something that fits. Actually, it's funny, Michael scores the shootout winner, but he's probably our best 3-on-3 player too.
What about Johnny Gaudreau tonight? He seemed pretty spectacular.
Yeah, he had lots of opportunities. And it's like I told him, he scored a big goal too, shootout. Good enough, you guys?
Yeah,
okay, yep, see ya.
Well, and there's some thoughts from the head coach, Daryl Sutter, just finishing up here in the post game, and you know, covered a couple of topics there. Obviously, talked a little bit about the shootout, our first opportunity to see it, and he did mention, yeah, they work on that. And was that something you guys as a group, before we kind of get into the rest of this game, you know, as the shootout started to come in, you start to dabble in it? You must have been right at the top of that list, right?
You guys as a group, yeah. Well, I watched. I watched from the other end while I was rimming them around the boards and picking pucks up.
You're practicing your
your
high
pucks
notes
off the glass. Yeah. No, it's definitely.
This is the Movember team right here. That's good, hey.
I can finally see it, Bax. It's about time. Took you long enough.
There you go.
Anyways, no, the shootout, it needs to be practiced. Goaltenders need to be sharp, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd have to ask the goalies themselves. Do they ask players to try to put certain moves on them, try to replicate other opponents' moves?
Goalies would have a great perspective of it, though, right? In terms of guys with their looks and what they see.
And what causes trouble, what gives them the most grief. But tonight, great job by the Flames and picking a few corners. I like it.
Yeah.
Get in there. Pretty simple. Both goals in that by the Flames in that shootout. Gaudreau, Backlund,
high glove,
top shelf.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's. You mentioned the top line. You know, something that really has stood out to you about, you know, this last stretch of hockey. I mean, really throughout the whole year, you can go through the stats. They point to it, but just a lot of the looks that group, that trio has generated so far this season. Yeah, they've just been nonstop, and that's exactly what the Calgary Flames need. You talk about it having your top line
being your leaders, your top forwards, being your top players. And I feel like that's what was missing for a large part of last season. It's some different chemistry having these three together, and they've all been reaping the rewards. And it's funny, you know, Johnny's had a lot of, he's been shooting the puck a lot more, not dishing as much as usual. Tkachuk's still getting his opportunities in tight around the net. Lindholm, obviously the shooter of the bunch, but they've shared and they've found a way to make each other better out there. They've all been good at retrieving pucks. Even I think that's a big part of Johnny's game that's improved. So a very well-rounded line, even though you might slot them, you know, net front present 19,
playmaker
28, shooter, playmaker 13 / but they've all done a nice job of like doing it all. And I think that's the way it needs to be.
And to your point, a lot of it, and it hasn't just been power play. I mean, it's been, you know, we've seen it at 5-on-5. Like, you know, they're finding different ways to generate those looks. It isn't just that there isn't a playbook you can play against that line, which I would assume helps as a defender, makes it more difficult, right?
Yeah, and then the other thing that we haven't mentioned yet is not just that line, but the whole team has bought into team defense. Back pressure, digging harder for pucks, just being royal pains in the you-know-what, and that translates to more offense. I know, easy to say, harder to do, but you have great back pressure, you allow your defensemen to stand up, you're going to generate opportunities the other way. And isn't this a transitional game? Isn't that what the NHL's turned into? It still requires hard work and defensive effort to get that offense.
But it feeds your offense, right?
It does, 100%.
Well said. Let's listen in. We saw a little cameo appearance there by the mustache, Michael Backlund. He put that in there. And Milan Lucic has another one going as well. So a couple of the guys that played a role in the victory are at the podium. Let's listen in on the two talking mustaches.
Michael, I'll ask you first about Milan's goal. How big a moment was that in the game?
Yeah, it was big. Oh, yeah, it was a big goal for us. You know, really grind effort by Luch and nice finish, and Lou, really a great effort by him to picking the defenseman and creating the lane for Luch. Yeah, we all love to see Luch 5 whole goals, power 5.
Dubé owe you an apology for chirping you this morning?
You know what? I took it as a compliment. So we have fun here, and like Back said, it's a good win, and everything's a lot more fun when you're winning. Well, you know what? I was actually looking to move that to Lou, but him and Matheson got tied up there. So you know, I was in that spot where you know, good scoring area. So I just shot it as hard as I could along the ice on the between the legs, like I have before, and it went in it again.
A good pre-scout on Tristan Jarry going into that shootout.
No, I just checked a little bit before, kind of where he's been letting goals in, and I tried to move in practice and scored a marquee, so I figure I can score a marquee, I can do it in this guy too.
When he's having a game like that at the other end, when Tristan Jarry's playing like that, and then you're kind of waiting for your opportunity, you're watching the shootout unfold, what's going through your head in that moment?
Before the shootout?
As the shootout kind of wears on.
Yeah, you know, we're hoping we can finish it off, and at the same time, you're always ready to get the call to go. And not that I'm expecting with my record 0-for-7 before today. I wasn't expecting to get picked early, but when I heard my name, you know, I got excited and trying to be working on it in practice. So I was just trying to do the same thing.
That's your first shootout goal in the NHL?
Yeah, first. I scored on the penalty shot, but first shootout.
If they'd have picked you, would you have gone 5-hole again?
No, I would have definitely mixed it up if I got the tap on the shoulder.
And it gets around 7?
I think I'm around like the 12, 13 slot. So yeah, but you know what? On breakaways, I'm pretty good. But for whatever reason, I'm 0-for-3 in shootouts. So, but yeah, I get excited around the 12, 13 mark.
Did you keep the puck as for first shootout goal?
No. But yeah, it felt great though. Home ice too. I enjoyed the moment, and I was just really hoping Marky would save it to finish off.
Oh, you know, two-part question, I guess. How lonely is that feeling getting out of the penalty box when they get that tying goal for you, and then how nice was it to deliver the winning goal in the end?
Yeah, no, I felt it was really tough. Stupid penalty. My emotions got the best of me there in front of the net, yeah, it was tough to go to the box when we're up one late in the game, and then when they score right away, it's hard. And then when I got the chance, I was excited to get a chance to redeem myself, and it felt really good.
One of those nights where if one bounce kind of goes the other way than the shootout, we're probably standing here asking you about one that kind of got away. What did you do, or what are you kind of proud of that you guys stuck with through this one to get that second point?
I thought we were pressuring them all night.
Yeah, we talked about it this morning. You guys talked about how they had 45 shots on us last game, and we kind of played a little too loose in Pittsburgh, but we got away with one. And today, I felt like we puck possession was better. We zone time was better than the last time we played him. And we held him to 22 shots. And that's a good sign that we're able to adjust and zone in on what our jobs are to give us success in the checking part of the game. And you create offense by checking and getting the puck back and having the puck on your stick. So, that's the thing where I think we've grown as a team through 22 games here.
Michael, lots been said about this team in 3-on-3 and some of the struggles. Did you feel like tonight was a little bit better and there was a little more going for your team?
Yeah, I thought we had more chances. It's a fun game to play 3-on-3, and we don't focus on the record. We just go out and trying to win, and you can tell today guys wanted to score, and I thought we had the puck most of the time. So yeah, it was a big win for us, getting the extra point.
Okay. We call it the Ram 1500 Limited. But truth be told, there's nothing limited about it. Ram 1500, winner, J.D. Power Award for Best Driver Appeal.
All right, some great stuff there from Milan Lucic and Michael Backlund post-game, talking a little bit about the shootout, talking a little bit about just the style of play and making sure you come away with 2 points there. And, we just, listening to Bax and kind of the approach that he took in terms of, looking at that shootout and making sure you finish it off.
Yeah, he was thinking nothing but just burying that thing. And you alluded to it earlier, Brendan. Got to make up for the one and only penalty in the game, right? That was maybe not at an opportune time. It was a little bit of a suspect call, but you get past that when you get a chance to make up for it. It's funny how things like that stick with you too in a game.
For sure, and it should be noted that the team mustache too. I think we got to support that as well. Michael Backlund, he's raised over $1,000. Not quite as much as the Sketchy Dusters, but
he's trying. He's still learning, working on his craft.
Well, you were telling me you were like, because he's taken over the team control of making sure he organizes that, gets a few guys on board. But that was your responsibility back in. You said you were.
I think it was 2010 or 2011. Yeah. I was. That's right when Movember was brand new.
Right.
And I spearheaded it here with the team. And I think we had almost 100% participation. Even if you couldn't grow one, you were forced to participate.
You had to wear it, yeah.
But we had one of the worst Novembers in Calgary Flames history, or at least that's how it felt.
You're right.
And guys couldn't wait to get those things off their face.
Yeah, turned into bad luck.
Yeah, we had a little party at the end to celebrate all the money we'd raised, and could barely get guys to crack a smile.
It was a lot of frowning.
Thing, so
a lot of
frowning. It was an early evening.
Still, it was about the charity, and it ends up being a good cause. But yeah, probably not some good memories from the very first one, I guess.
No,
but
great cause though.
Great cause though, yeah. And by the way, you can still donate. These ones, our team, I've joined in on Team Sarich this year, so the Sketchy Dusters, you can go on there, or donate individually, or donate to the Calgary Flames. Eric Branson, he's got one of the best ones going. So good on everybody who's raising money and helping change the face of men's health. And well, I think we covered it off. Anything else you want to get to?
I was just going to say, you're down here with these guys all the time. Pals with a few of these Flames.
Should try to soak
Why
a few
aren't
more.
they really chipping in, throwing a little bit of love towards the Sketchy Dusters? But just to throw it out there.
We could, guys, little help here, please.
Help, please.
Help. It's all for a good cause, right? Thanks for doing it. Appreciate it. This was fun.
No problem.
Got a win?
Yes. Hey, I get invited back. Flames get points. I get to come work again.
We were thinking about a segment, though, where you just break down every shootout attempt. That's what maybe next time we'll Sarchi shootout.
If you want my expertise and what they're not doing right, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I think it's worth a thought. Maybe bring it up next time. Sarchi shootouts. That's a twist.
You work on that one.
We better work on that name for sure. Good stuff. Thanks for this, bud.
Yeah. Looking forward to
another home game.
These guys being back soon, but
back on the road.
Yeah, they're going to head to the sunny south and hopefully pick up a few points out there.
Lots of road time to begin this season. 13 already, and 4 more upcoming. Calgary Flames are headed back out on the road, as Sarchi said. 4 more down into sunny California. 2-1 the final tonight, though. It ends in a shootout. The Calgary Flames victorious to finish off this 3-game homestand. 2-1 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. The next game in Los Angeles, the Staples Center. It's the first of back-to-backs in Southern California, and then the next home game comes your way right back here at the Scotiabank Saddledome Tuesday, December the 9th against the Carolina Hurricanes. Thanks for watching Flames Postgame Live. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.